Hey guys, this is Luke from Mix and Made Simple, and today I'm going to make a quick video and show you why I don't think you should really ever use any auto makeup gain on a compressor. This is just my opinion, but I'm going to talk about how I kind of made this mistake when I was first starting out, and I'm going to show you exactly why you shouldn't do it. Before we get started, go ahead and look at the description below, grab my free ebook. It'll save you a lot of time, money, and frustration. And if you're just looking to get better at mixing and mastering as fast as possible, go ahead and book a Zoom call with me, and we'll talk about getting you enrolled in my mixing course, Mix Immersions. I think you'd really like it. So go ahead and look down there and book a call and check out for any free stuff. So what I've got here, I'm just going to use this for an example. I'm not necessarily I don't need to compress this snare drum, but I've got this snare drum. So if you go ahead and take a listen, that's what it sounds like, okay? And so on the Ableton compressor, I actually use the Ableton compressor a lot. I think it works just fine. You know, it's just like a simple little compressor. And say if I wanted to, I have a slow attack. Say if I wanted to kind of add some emphasis to the snare transient, I kind of want to make it pop a little bit more. Well, what I could do is I could just lower the threshold, have a slow attack, and basically that transient is going to pop through, compress it, add a little makeup gain, and then you're gonna hear a difference there. And so the reason you shouldn't use makeup gain, and it's funny because Ableton used to come with makeup gain on already. So what I would do is I'd grab the Ableton compressor, throw it down on here, have this on. And the reason you shouldn't is because listen what happens when I play this snare drum. When I lower the threshold as I'm playing the snare drum, I'm just gonna have the makeup gain on, the auto makeup gain on. Watch what happens when I lower this threshold. Okay, let's go. Okay, so you can see that it's getting louder and louder, and it's actually getting louder before we're even doing any compression anyway. So it's not like there's any algorithm in there that's actually like adding makeup gain in like an intelligent way. It's just kind of linear, like it's like a linear effect where threshold comes down, it makes it louder. And the problem with this is that humans, we automatically hear things, like anytime we hear things that are louder, we just assume it's better. So if I played two tracks and they were exactly the same, they were mixed exactly the same, everything was the same about them, but one was 2 dB louder, and I played them side by side, and I asked you, which one do you think sounds better? Most people, you're most likely to say the louder one, because we're just biased towards loud. And that's something that you have to think about and consider when you're mixing. And so that's the reason that I think that any auto makeup gain when you're using compression is just kind of just pointless. And so what I would do instead is take something like utility where you can add your own makeup gain. The Ableton compressor doesn't have, the glue compressor has a little makeup gain, but the Ableton only has the auto makeup gain feature. Unless there's something, feel free to comment below if there's actually a way to, if there is a manual makeup gain on the Ableton compressor. I don't think there is. But anyway, so now what I'll do, I'll turn this off. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the threshold. So you can see it got quieter, right? And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in some makeup gain until it gets to about the same volume as the previously uncompressed signal. What I can do is I can actually group these together. Now if I turn it off and on, okay, so that's pretty close. It's pretty much the same. And so you can see I'm doing the gain reduction, and I've added the gain back in. And now, whether it's a snare drum or whatever it is that you're compressing, now I've matched the volumes. And so I can listen to the original signal like this. I can turn the compressor on, and I can actually hear what the compressor is doing. And so this is really important to add your own makeup gain, match it as closely to the original signal volume as possible, and then listen really closely, and that way you're really hearing what the compressor is doing and if it's getting that desired effect. Because really, if you just have this off and you have auto makeup gain on, and then I just, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it sounds way better. when really it's just getting a lot louder and you're not really hearing the difference, unless you're like super advanced and you already know what you want to do. But I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty advanced and I never used auto makeup gain. It's just like, it's kind of pointless. So just want to throw that out there. I know that when I first started, like I said, this is like a million years ago, like, 2010. And so Ableton used to come with the makeup gain on. And so I'd throw a compressor on and I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought everything needs to be compressed, right? And then I'd throw it on there. I'd lower the threshold. Everything would get louder. And I'm like, cool, I'm doing such a good job. When really I was just destroying my mixes. And so that's what I want to show you. If you're a beginner EDM producer or even more intermediate and you're kind of falling for that, just keep that in mind. So yeah, if you like that, go ahead and like and subscribe and do all that stuff. And I will see you guys again next time. All right.